Hey guys, welcome back to another video today, and today we're going to be talking about everything we know about the robbery so far. But before we jump into everything, I just want to remind you guys that you guys got only one day left to buy the agent. So the agent's going to be going off sale basically today, and it's a limited time vehicle. It's been 7 days since the update came out, so yeah, there's only one more day left to get it. So make sure to go ahead and get it, because you know it's limited. You do the last minute grinding you can, you know. Anyway, before we jump right into the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe because it really helps me a lot. Anyway, let's go right into the video. So you guys know about the robbery, right? The robbery comes every 6 months. So there's a robbery update, a huge update every 6 months. So that's June and December, usually. That's what a team on BZC usually do. And the last robbery was 6 months ago, back in December, and that was the bank truck robbery. And of course, that was a little bit disappointing because, you know, you had to do a lot of work just to get, you know, some money. But hopefully this update is going to bring in the big bucks, you know. But Asimo BZC has given us a little bit of, you know, a hint for the next robbery, and that is, of course, at the Area 51 base. If you guys have not seen, there are a few mysterious figures here. Well, not really mysterious, but, you know, there's a few, you know, these little people with, like, you know, a black shirt, you know, I'll call them FBI agents. I think they're not FBI agents, but, you know, they're basically agents right over here with black clothing, and there's also 2 in the front, and there's 1 right over here in the Area 51 base, just right inside of it, as you can see right over there. And there's also the museum collector right outside next to the Doom Buggy with a shovel, and I'm going to explain what all of these people are doing. So let's start off first with this young man right over here. I don't know if you're young or whatever, but you know, this young man right over here is carrying, see that? It's duct tape. I mean, not duct tape. Why did I say duct tape? It's measuring tape, as you can see. And also they have the Asimo beard. Anyway, you know, measuring tape, right? Measuring tape. What is that usually used for? That's construction site stuff, you know? Like, when you go to a construction site, you know, they gotta measure where they're gonna put the building or whatever they're gonna build. They gotta measure it out. So, it's kind of normal to see if they're gonna be building something here with measuring tape. So, that's one interesting part of that right over there. And also, this person over here, it's just like, they're just walking and stuff like that. And they're holding a clipboard. Unfortunately, it doesn't say anything. It'll be nice if Asimo put a hint. But in the past, Asimo would usually, you know, have like a small little mini update where they'll hint about the next, you know, upcoming update. I hope Asimo does that for this robbery because, you know, that'll really hype stuff up. But it's okay if he doesn't really do that. But, you know, they have done that for the museum robbery, and they've done that for hyping up this Area 51 base. So hopefully they do that for this, you know, robbery. That may be something, you know. And there's also, you know, the same person right over here, but doing the exact same thing, which is kind of weird. The same FBI agent, but instead they have the sparkling face with a clipboard holding nothing. Yeah, very interesting, right? They're just literally having nothing written down. Maybe they don't have the notes ready, maybe they haven't got anything planned, but there is nothing on it. But, you know, it's sort of like crumpled random paper right over there. But lastly, you know, these little agents right over here planning out the construction is like the least bit interesting. This is the most interesting part. So first, you got the museum collector with, you know, the crow right over there, and they're holding a paintbrush. Okay, that's kind of weird because they're not even holding it. It's literally floating in their hand. They're literally controlling air right now. And there's also a shovel right over here. And the most interesting part is this right over here. A lot of people have been saying this is something to do with archaeology. And if you guys don't know what archaeology means, it means the study of human history and prehistory through the excavation of sites and the analysis of artifacts and other physical remains. And you might think this is an archaeological site where they're trying to, you know, dig into this little mountain right over here and trying to find, you know, stuff in here, you know, like, you know, dinosaur bones and stuff like that, or maybe some minerals. And I think a lot of you guys might think, oh, it's probably going to be a mining robbery. It's kind of obvious, right? You know, there's the collector right over here, the collector and the museum collector, right? The museum collector collects uranium from the power plant, which is a really valuable resource to create nuclear weapons. And it also collects, you know, the museum stuff, you know, valuable museum artifacts. So it'll make sense if it collects, you know, mineral items, you know, like diamonds, iron, coal, something like that. But the thing that really interests me is that there is literally a cave, like not even that far from here. This may have nothing to do with it, but there is a cave, and it's been here for a year at least. I believe this has been here for a very, very long time already. But as you can see, it's right over here. Now, nothing has been changed about this, which actually surprised me because I thought, you know, if they're gonna add something over there, they gotta add something over here, right? But nope, there has been nothing changed about this, or at least I think there's been nothing changed, right? yeah, there's nothing been changed about this. But you know, there is this, you know, sort of like, I think it's not like really like a cave. It looks like a mine shaft almost. But you know, I was thinking like this maybe the next robbery, but nope, it's not really. But if this has anything to do with it, it would kind of make sense. You know, to dig into a mountain, this mine shaft is off into a mountain, but you know, it may be related or may not be related. But this has been here for a while, and I want to tell you guys. I think you guys already know that though. Now, what about the factual based evidence? What did Asimo actually say about this update? Well, Asimo actually did say some stuff. So, you know, about a month ago, this was from April 9th when they were talking about the upcoming update and stuff, but I'm gonna just explain what happened. So, Asimo says, also after this update, you know, the agent and all the cool stuff in this update, like pit maneuvers, they were doing that, but, you know, whatever, you know, I'm gonna keep on reading the tweet. And they said, in June, there's gonna be a brand new robbery with the, you know, the shocked emoji. We already have a great idea. It should be a grounded location finally. If you guys know what grounded location means, it basically means that the robbery won't be moving. As you guys do know, the last two robberies have been moving. We got, you know, the bank truck robbery, that moves, you know, the police has to drive it. And we also got, you know, the cargo ship robbery, that also moves. And then we also got the cargo plane robbery, that's also a moving robbery. So Asimo has been really favoring these moving type robberies. But with all that stuff aside, someone asked this: could we have a new museum tier robbery in June along with the new season? And Asimo says, I think it'll be museum tier. So the museum is actually the most highest paying robbery. It pays the most, and a lot of people love the museum because of that. But this might challenge the museum. Hopefully it pays more than the museum. That'll be great if it pays, you know, like 10,000. You know, it might be worth it, you know. But yeah, it's gonna be a museum tier robbery, so you gotta expect it's gonna be as big as the museum. The museum was huge. Like, I remember people loved the museum when it came out. It was at the peak of Jailbreak time, you know, it was great, alright. But now we're back all the way over here, and a little bit sad part about this, I hope they're not removing this, iconic place in Jailbreak. So this little, I don't know what to call it, like a hill, a mountain, a little side right over here. I always love this part of Jailbreak, the Doom Buggy place, you know, the Doom Buggy sitting right over here with this, you know, sort of like iconic hill. Yeah, I'm gonna call it the hill, but I really like it here. Hopefully they're not like, you know, taking down this entire place, because this is kind of like one of the old spots in Jailbreak that still remains. You know, Asimo has revamped pretty much everything in Jailbreak, except for this sort of part over here. You know, this little mountain has not been changed. This terrain, it has stayed the same relatively over the course of Jailbreak, but everything else has been changed. So hopefully they're not like tearing this entire down, because I'm gonna be pretty sad if that happens. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think it's gonna be a mining robbery? You know, I kind of think it may be a mining robbery, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not a mining robbery, because you know, it seems kind of obvious if it's a mining robbery. Maybe Asimo wants it to be that obvious. I mean, it's been pretty obvious. Like for the museum robbery, people have been talking about it for like legit months before it even happened, and it was a museum robbery. Everyone already knew it, and no one was shocked. But you know, it may not be a mining robbery. You know, tell me what you guys think down below. Tell me what you guys think. I haven't been hearing much ideas other than you know, a mining robbery, which you know, seems interesting, but you know, I haven't seen anything other interesting ideas than that. So yeah, make sure to tell me down below, and hopefully there's more hints in the upcoming weeks or so. If there is, I'll definitely make a video on it and explain my thoughts and other people's thoughts on it. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye!